Well, halfway through the Premier League season, we thought we'd take the opportunity to do our final table predictions. All the top spots right through the bottom. We've got a little simulator here done for us, so let's get stuck into it. I guess biggest question, Arsenal top right now, are they going to win it?
How many points ahead are they at the moment? 5?
They're 5 with a game in hand.
Decent,
So could raise to 8. I mean, for me, I always feel like the easiest prediction is to go City. Arsenal, they've been looking good. Hard to fault them. Do we truly believe they will go on to win it?
The fact that they've got a game in hand as well, plus 5 points, I reckon that's tough, especially considering City have been a bit inconsistent. I would be inclined to go Arsenal still.
You think Arsenal will win it?
I think so.
The last few years, it's just been a two-horse race, and Arsenal just seem to have come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Even at the end of last season, you won't be like, Arsenal. Like, you'd think they'd do well. They were slowly building, but kind of hit this season so hard and come out firing.
And they've been consistent as well. Like, they're consistently winning. And
they've beaten all the big teams.
Winning convincingly as well.
Yeah.
For me, I'd put them top spot.
You think they're going to win it? Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
for me, it's just so hard to kind of see that. Do you think they'll finish top?
And if you think about it, it's like, where are they dropping points? You'd say maybe they drop points against City.
Well, every team has the potential to drop points. It's only the last few years where City and Liverpool have literally got high 90s in the points, and they're not dropping points anywhere.
And then, clearly Liverpool aren't getting the same results. City aren't getting the same results, but Arsenal have already got a 5-point lead with the game in hand.
I have no issue with Arsenal winning. I do like them, but it's just kind of
it's a foreign concept.
Yeah, it's a foreign concept. I'm like, what? Arsenal are going to win it.
But I think logically, at this point in the season...
Yeah, they've got the point buffer.
And isn't it like the team that's at the top at Christmas usually wins it?
Yeah, unless you're Liverpool, that tends to happen, yeah.
And personally, I'd like to see Arsenal win it.
Okay, we'll go with that. I mean, they've got everything on paper to say that they should win it. It's just kind of looking at history.
Can you see City coming back and winning it?
Oh, I mean, I don't think you can ever really rule.
Oh, you can never rule them out, but...
I mean, if City come back to win it, I mean, Liverpool were 10 points clear a few years ago and they lost it, although Liverpool had played a few more games in hand, so it was kind of around 7 points realistically.
Hey, don't forget, Everton's gone and drawn against City 1-1 at City's home. They can't be in too good a form.
First thing I want to do, I'll probably say City, we can lock in the second and third.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's quite a safe bet. We're not being too brave in doing that. Let's do third, because this is going to be tough though.
It's pretty tight.
Yeah, it's pretty tight at the top. Let's just have a quick look at the table as we're recording this. United third, Newcastle fourth right now. Then there's a bit of a buffer to fifth. Liverpool and Chelsea so low down, it appears to be that they've got probably a bit too much to do. They'll be looking to just get top 4 if anything.
Yeah.
Who's getting third? United?
I'd be tempted to say United.
I mean, they're in some good form right now. I'll put United in. They're doing really well. So big, I've just slightly moved up there. Let's lock in that Champions League spot before we go anywhere.
Yeah, okay.
Newcastle obviously 4th spot now. Will they keep it up, or is one of the big boys going to come back around? Liverpool and Chelsea are going to have to go on the run of their lives to get back up there. Tottenham in and around it, but quite inconsistent.
I don't see Tottenham as being top 4 right now.
No, I think we can rule them out. It's just, hopeful for me. I'm like, please Liverpool get in there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't even look like
they're a long way down, and their form has just been shocking.
Yeah, they've been terrible. They've not given me anything that...
So would we potentially chuck a surprise team in there for this season? Like Newcastle, Brighton?
Well, we're just going to lock in the current ladder then, if that's what you want to do.
Well...
Is that what we're going to do?
I mean, what's the points difference over those sort of 4th to 8th position?
Newcastle currently, as we're recording, 38 points.
It's a decent lead.
It's 5 points ahead of Tottenham with a game in hand as well.
Keep it up though. Like any other team, like say Tottenham, Liverpool, Chelsea were up where Tottenham is, you'd expect that they'd potentially overtake Newcastle.
Brighton now, I mean, we're going to probably have to be a bit harsh to Fulham, Brighton and Brentford. I can see Liverpool and Chelsea surpassing them in the second half. I agree. Assume they're going to get better. But who's getting that 4th spot? Newcastle have got a pretty decent buffer there, but is that enough for the next 19 games?
Yeah, because even if you think about the fixtures, say Newcastle play Tottenham, Liverpool, Chelsea, the big clubs, would you be confident that they'd beat them?
I think so. I mean, going into any game, I think Liverpool and Chelsea can beat any team. They're just in a bit of like
form slump.
Yeah, a bit of a crisis. Like, what's going on? But these guys can easily bounce back and go on a run. I mean, I'd love to see Liverpool get up there, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of games to go, and the points difference between Tottenham and Liverpool, Chelsea, it's not that much.
Should we go
really.
Newcastle next?
It's within 2 games.
Do you want to go Newcastle next? I mean, we're just going to end up locking in the whole table here, but
I think just the fact Newcastle have such a big gap, once we get them out of the way, it's pretty tight, so we could easily jumble up those positions.
Yeah. Okay, so you want to lock 4th in Newcastle?
Yeah, why
Champions
not?
League football.
Treat ourselves, eh?
All right, Newcastle. We're predicting you finishing top 4.
Wowee.
Okay, let me just go down to a bit more, not exciting, but the relegation zone. You know,
Don't want to go there.
We've got an Everton fan in the room.
Look, you might have to call this one because I cannot say that we will finish in the relegation zone. I can't.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I wouldn't make you do that, but if we're going to do this properly, who's going down?
Besides us.
Wolves down there. West Ham are having a bad start.
Who's in around? Because I know it's tight down there.
Yeah, I mean, it's anyone's game.
14th to 20th, it's 2 points.
Southampton doing poor. Leicester on a bad
So
run.
it could be
It's so tight, yeah. Doing this at the end of January when the signings are kind of done.
Yeah,
it's probably a bit easier.
And
because so much can change.
And who knows what's going to happen with Everton, our signings. Obviously, we're looking to make some signings, but especially because it's so tight at the bottom, I can't see
I'll
us
give them benefit of the doubt. They
relegation
escaped it
zone.
last year. They're
Yeah.
obviously in this position a bit earlier.
We've been there before.
But it means that they can kind of react to it. I mean, it's so tough to kind of appoint this, but is there any team that's definitely gone down? I mean, Wolves, I think, in my mind, have been really poor this season. Southampton only beat Everton, and otherwise they've been terrible.
Yeah, West Ham and Southampton are looking pretty bad. Who knows what's going to happen with Moyes at West Ham in the next few weeks?
My three, I'm thinking Wolves, Bournemouth, and I feel like Southampton stay up. They always seem like a decent team when they play. Maybe even Forest. I mean, they're not too clear, and they took a huge gamble on all those signings.
Yeah.
They've had a few good results lately, but it's not really worked out.
Leeds have only recently had a bit of poor form. They did start off okay.
And they were in and around it last year as well. I think Leicester have probably got enough players and
Yeah,
a bit of know-how.
Leicester. Yeah.
Because you'd always kind of back Leicester going into a few games. Is there one we would agree? Do you agree with Wolves? So
I agree with Wolves.
them in there. I think Bournemouth too.
Bournemouth, I'm not too confident in. But then, like, West Ham are very poor at the moment. But
Yeah, but they're already making a few signings.
they're making signings. I feel like they're more likely to turn it around than the other teams around them.
Yeah, me too. I think they've got a history. Like last season, they were playing really well, and I feel like they can just get that back. You know, if they put a few results together. For me, the next one, I mean, I'll give you the benefit that Everton's not in there. Southampton or Leeds or Nottingham Forest.
Who's just above them? Palace, Villa.
I think Palace are good enough. They can get a result.
Yeah, Villa as well. They got a few good players in there. Yeah,
Yeah,
that third one's hard to pick.
I'm happy to back West Ham to stay up, Everton to stay up. Leeds were kind of in and around it last season, but they've had a few convincing wins this season that I think, they're doing all right. Although Jesse Marsh still got a lot of work on his hands.
Throw Leeds in there.
Leeds?
Yeah. Not overly confident, but
Right, well, I'm putting Everton and, they've been pretty poor. They need to do a lot.
they have
to
been
finish.
bad. We would have
15th to
to turn
17th?
things around.
It's going to be brave to put them any higher.
I mean, we were in the relegation zone very late in the season last season, and we ended up finishing 16th. It was pretty tight. With half a season to go, I feel like we have the players to compete. Just something going
so 11
on.
to 14th.
For me, it's probably a little bit biased, but
Right,
I'd be putting 11th to 14th.
All right, I'll do that for you, mate. There we go. The next few teams that we were kind of throwing around, I think we can probably put in the 15 to 17.
Southampton.
Southampton not been great, but I think they'll still stay up. They'll avoid it.
Who else we got there?
West Ham currently
Yeah,
down
West
there.
Ham. Yeah, West Ham put him there.
And then Villa, I think, working
Yep.
from the bottom.
Yeah.
Leicester been quite poor. They're probably
Yeah,
in
Leicester.
the top half.
Yep. I'm happy
Alright,
with that.
let's go back towards the top now. Fifth spot, I mean, I'm kind of hoping this is Liverpool if they're missing out on top four. I can see them going on a bit of a run, putting some results together. A few players come back from injury.
Yep.
The last few seasons they've shown how great a team they are.
You've put Everton up to the 11th to 14th bracket there for me. You can chuck Liverpool in 5th if you want.
No, there was that
It's definitely, I agree, it's definitely doable.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
I think between them, Chelsea, and maybe even Brighton will be fighting for that 5th spot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because those teams have started off so poorly and the other teams are doing so well,
Yeah.
it's going to be a good little race. But the season that Liverpool famously was so bad during COVID when Van Dijk did his ACL and we just had an injury crisis, we were playing a number of different centre-back pairings. I think it was across all competitions, it was like more than 20 centre-back pairings. That season I was like, oh my God, we're going to miss out on Champions League football. And in the last day or maybe the last 2 rounds, we managed to secure top 4, which I was like, wow. And I had honestly written it off in my mind. So something like that, I feel even the position we're in, we can still turn around. Next, I'll just have to go with Chelsea or Tottenham.
You'd have to go Tottenham, hey?
Yeah, Chelsea just like spending a lot of money. They're taking a lot of risks.
They are spending a lot of money, but
A lot of injuries.
I'd almost see Brighton finishing above Chelsea.
I mean, new managers to win. They've got a few results, but will they maintain that? I guess we're probably always going to lean more towards those
Bigger clubs.
big clubs or historically the teams that have been in and around it.
Tottenham, let's go Tottenham there.
Chelsea,
Yeah,
and then Brighton, Brentford,
yeah. Fulham.
Fulham. And then where is Crystal Palace?
Oh, there's 4 in the 11th to 14th tier.
Oh, yeah, Palace. goes straight there.
Slot straight in, I reckon.
You happy with that?
Yep, done deal.
Some big calls there. Unfortunately, we've got Wolves, Bournemouth and Leeds to go down based on form and kind of assessment of their squad and manager and what's happening. Biggest shock, we've backed Arsenal to keep their form up and remain top and then go all the way to win it, which will be...
I think a lot of Premier League watchers would like to see Arsenal win. But maybe
unless they're based in London.
Tottenham.
Maybe Tottenham, Chelsea fans, some United fans probably not.
I think maybe a lot of supporters of the smaller clubs would like to see someone different up there for a change, you know?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I'd probably rather Arsenal than City, but it just feels a bit annoying that we're having such a bad season.
Yeah.
City are as well. The one time we kind of had a chance to win it, we've kind of let ourselves down.
I feel like Arteta deserves a bit of success as well.
Yeah, he's really turned things around. Like at the start, fans weren't really too impressed and finally getting some results. So yeah, I guess we've kind of gone pretty safe with Tottenham and Chelsea. We're kind of backing them to get some results and finish a bit higher than some of the other clubs that are maybe performing well, the likes of Brighton, Brentford, Fulham doing well as well. Have you locked that in?
Yep.
Yeah, all right. I guess we'll wrap that up there. This has been our prediction for the rest of the Premier League season. We've had a look at the table right now. We're halfway through. Let us know who you think's going to win, who you think's going to get relegated. It's going to be an exciting finish. A lot of teams underperforming, a lot of teams overperforming. So we might see a lot of different teams in different spots to usual, which will be pretty exciting. Sammy's obviously hoping Everton stay up.
Surely we're not going down, surely.
You'd think so. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified when we're uploading and posting videos like this one. This has been Sam, I've been Ant, this has been Red Mate. See you in the next one.